A long time ago in a Sims 4 game far, far away. Yes, I'm doing the Star Wars Club album video from inside The Sims 4. The Sims 4 is highly relevant to this, I promise. There's 2 of these official Star Wars Club albums, and every single song on the albums are absolute bangers. What do you mean this is actually your house and I can't just break in? Fine, I'm leaving. There's 27 songs between the 2 Star Wars albums, and every single song is supposed to exist within the Star Wars universe, meaning Luke Skywalker could know these songs. Retconned. The songs on the club albums really are good. Okay, well, most of them. There's all sorts of songs from around the Star Wars galaxy on these albums. And yes, I'm in a public library because nobody can yell at me for breaking and entering in a public library. There's a song from a Star Wars pop star, and a traditional song from the Hutt people, with very questionably inappropriate lyrics, which is actually my favorite song between the 2 albums. Since this is The Sims 4, I can go anywhere with a click of a button. Sims 4 Europe, filled with Sims 4 European things. There's been some Star Wars dance music that's been released in the past. For example, when the first Star Wars movie came out in '77, there was a Star Wars disco song. Disney did not exactly invent the Star Wars Club concept. Yes, the Star Wars Club albums are a product of Disney Star Wars, and do not act like you're surprised. Where else would they come from? When Disney purchased Lucasfilm, they also released an EDM Star Wars album called Star Wars Headspace. Hey, thanks for the chips, which is a celebration of Star Wars. I can't taste anything with these chips. These are pixels. The Headspace album is supposed to be something for fans, not something that exists in the Star Wars universe, like they took Princess Leia's Distress Call and then remixed it with EDM beats. That song is certainly a choice, I'll say that.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
But that's not why we're on this video. We're not here to talk about the EDM Headspace album. We're here to talk about the Star Wars Club albums, you know what I'm saying? And if I could go anywhere, I'd actually want to go to, rest and relaxation. The story of these Star Wars Club albums begins with Star Tours, the motion simulator ride that opened in 1987 in Disneyland and later expanded around the world. George Lucas and Disney partnered to bring a motion simulator attraction based on the original Star Wars trilogy to life. You, a space tourist, were driven around the galaxy by RX-24, or Rex for short, an original character made for the attraction. And Rex sucked at his job and couldn't drive, which is what made the ride fun. When Star Tours was refreshed in 2010. Are you serious? Anyway, C-3PO took Rex's place in the updated ride, and Rex was kicked to the curb. But Rex, your lovable and competent pilot, was not sent to the scrapyard. So where did Rex go, and what does it have to do with the Star Wars Club albums? Rex was reprogrammed and moved to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. I decided to come to the volcano because, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is the reason that the Star Wars Club albums exist. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is a Disney Parks themed land. There's 2 identical copies of Galaxy's Edge in the world, one in Disneyland Park and the other at Walt Disney World's Hollywood Studios. It's supposed to be like you stepped into a planet in the Star Wars universe called Batuu, and you find yourself at the Black Spire Outpost, which is an outpost at the edge of the galaxy. Whatever that means. And its timeline is set between Star Wars 8 and Star Wars 9, which, if I had built it, I would have made it original trilogy, but nobody asked me. But that's my opinion. Now, you might be wondering why I've been in The Sims 4 this whole time. Very fair question. The reason is that The Sims 4 has an adaptation of the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge land in the form of a Sims 4 game pack called Star Wars Journey to Batuu. Instead of hopping on a plane and going to my nearest Galaxy's Edge, or doing the smarter thing of using publicly available footage of Galaxy's Edge for this video, I decided to do this video from The Sims 4 because then I can put myself, what I'm doing now. So let's transport ourselves to a galaxy far, far away for the remainder of this video. Star Wars Journey to Batuu, perhaps the least popular game pack in the entire Sims 4 according to Sims players. I know nobody's asking, but is the gameplay good in this game pack? The answer is no, but I like it, so who cares? This is the outskirts of the galaxy, and the First Order came in and hastily set up base on pre-existing buildings. They just took over buildings and slapped their flags on top of it for some reason. And honestly, while I'm in the First Order area, I kind of want to join the organization organization. I mean, win in The Sims 4, right? Basically, this game gives you tasks, and then you complete the tasks, and then you gain a reputation in that particular organization. Yeah, so even though I only came here to discuss the Star Wars pop albums, I somehow ended up in the First Order. You know how that happens, so I really hope that doesn't negatively impact me later. I'm sure it won't. And to bring any Disneyland to life, there's often background music playing in the background. The club albums, though, are not background music. They're very much, what do you call this, in your face? Normally, you can't buy this background music anywhere legally, but in this case, Disney released the Star Wars club albums as part of Galaxy's Edge. As we all know, there's cantinas in the Star Wars universe, and in cantinas, people drink beverages. And as Disney is a well-known money-making machine, theoretically, they too have a cantina so that they can make money. A crime boss named Oga Gara owns a cantina in the Black Spire Outpost. And in this cantina, shady business deals go down. And Oga's cantina is the reason that the Star Wars club albums exist. Let's go inside. Oga's cantina. If only it were this empty in real life. Oga has a resident DJ in her cantina who is the reprogrammed DJ Rex from the Star Tours ride. And now Rex plays club bangers for drinking patrons. Hence why the club albums are called DJ Rex Playlist, because they're supposed to be his playlist. Oga's cantina is hopping in real life, okay? This place is so popular, you're only supposed to be in there for 45 minutes before they kick you out. And the majority of patrons in there have to stand because there's so little space. And yet, Oga's Cantina is the best thing ever! In the real Oga's Cantina, drinks are out of this world. They have all sorts of weird drinks in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, but the blue and green milk seem to be the most widespread. Hey, thanks for the blue milk. I can't taste this. Again, these are pixels. There's non-alcoholic options, like the blue Bantha, with chilled blue milk and a Bantha cookie. Oh, look at that picture. It's me in real life with the blue Bantha. I've never had alcohol, but I've heard that the alcoholic options are out of this world. Cantinas in the Star Wars universe can have music, you know, as established in Star Wars A New Hope. So Disney wanted to bring the same vibe into Oga's Cantina. But, you know, I suppose that DJ Robot is cheaper than a live band. Instead of just having a few space-sounding songs or, you know, something, Disney went all out for DJ Rex. They made an entire playlist for that guy. The songs on DJ Rex's playlist are interesting, to say the least, because they're supposed to really fit within the Star Wars universe. According to interviews, the people who made the albums basically took sounds from the real world, digitally altered the crap out of them until they sounded otherworldly and Star Wars-like. I'm paraphrasing terribly, but that's basically what they said. Some of the songs DJ Rex plays are in established Star Wars languages, like Hatta Chica in the Huttonese language, which is really mildly inappropriate. I will definitely tell you what the lyrics are translated in a bit. And other songs are in made-up languages that are supposed to exist somewhere in the galaxy. There is a joke about the sequel trilogy here, but I will refrain from making it. But each song was supposed to have a story. They created artists and backstories for each song because DJ Rex was supposed to take the best bops he could find from all around the galaxy, present and past, and play them in the Oga's Cantina. I'd love to play the songs in this video, but I'd prefer to stay monetized, so links in description. But while we're in Galaxy's Edge, let's find that secret resistance encampment that's hidden to apparently everybody, unless you look at the publicly available maps. I'm sure me being in the First Order won't be a big deal when I get there, right? It's not like every song on the Star Wars Club albums are from unique artists. Between playlists 1 and 2, there's 4 songs from this band, and I have no idea how to pronounce their name. Looks like we found the Resistance encampment. Kinda sucks, but it is what it is. Why are these Resistance people avoiding eye contact with me? Whatever. The song After Hours at Oga's, though, is actually the worst song on the albums. It sounds like Miss Piggy's in Heat. And Hatta Chica, the mildly inappropriate song in Huttonese, has lyrics that, well, I'll let you judge the lyrics for yourself. Hut-size woman, I am dancing girl. You want, you drool. First-class dancers, keep your hands off. So that family-friendly bop is playing around Disneyland. Oh, hey, Ray. How's it going? Ray? 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 There's a long story and a short story about how I ended up in this situation. The short story is that Ray arrested me because I'm with the First Order. Hey, if Disney can make up lore, I can make up lore too. Wait a second. I know how I can get out of here. The solution was obvious all along. I've decided to retire from being a bad guy. Instead, I'll relax on a beach. The Sims 4 is fun, and it's rated T. But did you ever wonder about the history of American video game ratings? No? Can you pretend that you did? If you want to know about the history of the ESRB ratings, please click over here. Or if you want to see one of my first videos about how Star Wars changed the world, please click over here. And thank you so much for watching. Wait, how do I get out of The Sims?